Hello YouTube, Matthew Williams here, bringing you a video talking about Apple, who have been yet again trying their best to sue the arse of everybody out there that produces something that is similar, in a very slight way to their products, i.e., have you got a tablet? Are you producing a tablet? Well, you can't because Apple produce tablets and therefore you shouldn't be allowed to because Apple have got a tablet, so you can't have one. This type of bollocks. Well, anyway, Apple lost one of its court cases and was ordered to pay $368 million by a US jury when it basically used technology, patented technology nonetheless, right, without permission by a company called Wouldnt, and I think this is a French company, but anyway, Apple denies it infringed Wouldnt patents, but a jury disagreed and awarded them $368 million, a sizable amount, but the company originally wanted $708 million. This was sourced from V3 Network, a news network, if you want to read it more on the story. Apple says they don't infringe, but Apple's testifiers said that they didn't pay any attention to anyone's patent when developing their system, i.e., they basically develop what they like, when they like, with whatever they like, and then worry about the consequences later and deny that they basically had infringed anyone's patents, but they didn't actually look to see whether they had. Does that sound real? It's like, well, I didn't mean to steal from the shop, but I went in there with a gun and walked out with the jewels, but it's not that I knew that I was in the shop with a gun with jewels and walking out with having thieved them. It was just that I did, because I wasn't taking any notice of my gun and the fact that I went in the shop and stole stuff. So it's like, yeah, right, Apple, a likely fucking story. So Apple, got defeated yet again, and but it doesn't stop there, does it, with Apple, unfortunately, because they're out to get Google and Android again. They've now taken a court case up which says that the Samsung Galaxy, so I'm getting the G and the S mixed up there. I wonder if I'm dyslexic. The Samsung Galaxy, or the Gamsung Galaxy 10.1 tablet, is going to be part of a legal lawsuit against Samsung brought on by Apple. Basically, Bloomberg was saying that Apple had made a complaint saying that the new Galaxy 10.1 notepad device has a stylus, i.e. a little pen. So you can actually write on the screen much more accurately with this pen stylus. Now, nobody yet really knows why Apple are trying to take Google to court when none of their devices have a stylus pen. Okay, so they're not really, nobody's sure about this, but we seem to think that this means that there's going to be a stylus pen on one of the future Apple devices. So this is going to be the wonderful new thing they'll charge hundreds of dollars or loads and loads and loads for, when they could have put this on. Remember, the iPad 1 didn't really do anything different to the iPad 2, and the iPad 2 didn't really do anything different to the iPad 3, and the iPad 4 will probably not really do that much different to the iPad 3, but what it'll do maybe is it'll have a pen, which really won't be worth the fucking fuss, because what they should have done is they should have put that from iPad 1 into iPad 2, and then it would have actually made a fucking difference. Yeah, but no, that'll probably be on the iPad 4 or 5 or 6. This is down the line. But what they're doing, you see, is they're proactively trying to stop anyone else doing what they might do in about 2 years or 3 years' time, when they finally decide to try and milk their customers for a bit more fucking cash, for way over the top money, by which time, as we know, it will be far too late, because all the other companies will have been there ahead of them, and that's what they don't like. You see, they don't like having their nose rubbed in it. So what's being said is that Apple probably won't win this. They won't win it, but they're not really intending on winning it. You see, they're not really trying to sort of win this case against Google because they know they're going to fail. What they're trying to do is they're trying to stall Google. They're trying to slow them down. Okay, and Leach, I think is somebody, Adam Leach. Who is Adam Leach? I don't know. But Adam Leach said, I think ultimately they know that they're not going to be able to stop Samsung and Android from trading. They're just going to try and slow them down and trying their time and tying their time and money and executives up in a court case. Yeah. So basically, Apple being the petty fucking skunts that we all know they are. So there we go. That's the latest Apple shit and why you shouldn't buy one, because you are buying into bollocks. You are buying into cuntism. You're buying into Steve Jobs' I rule the fucking planetism. So stop it. Stop it now and buy an Android device which is much more effective and does a lot more stuff. And multitasks and has better cameras and all that sort of stuff, and it is a lot cheaper as well, and it's actually under your control because you can own the software and decide what you do with the software rather than it deciding what it does with you. So yes, basically fuck Apple. Goodbye.